There we go. Oh no, I'm late. I'm sorry. Oh, there's my party member just in time. Hello, I have got dungeons to run today, and that means I'm bringing a friend. I can run them alone, but I do prefer to have a friend because I'm thinking I'm going to use all the experience items today. Um, so, got one of those, got one of... Maybe I should bring two of each, actually. Oh, those are the tradable ones. Oh, no, my non-tradable ones are already in my inventory. That's fine. Maybe I'll grab... Maybe I'll bring two of each just in case. Then I'm gonna bring Navia Feast. I think VIP is a little overkill, so I'm just gonna use a regular one. And what the heck, we'll throw in a Stormplane one-day manual from that last event where they gave us one free! Sure. Today, I've actually got the new Genshin Impact soundtrack, but I didn't manage to load all of it into the playlist. And also, again, we've got the Blue Protocol going over there. The intention is to actually farm this Tyrant guy over here, because I'm pretty sure I'm close to finishing that monster hunt. Not super close, but whatever. It's just gonna do its thing. Alrighty! Time to run some dungeons! Oh, should we try recruiting? Maybe we'll give it a minute. Maybe we'll give it a minute to see if anyone else wants to join. Because it would be nice if we can carry some other people that are looking for it. Any 3-1 is 30, 25, but you're on YouTube. There. We'll give it like 3 minutes while I sort out my inventory. Wow, it is actually pretty bad in here. I've left over from yesterday. I could probably just toss the fish. I should have opened them. That was silly. But if I talk to any NPCs, no one can apply. Of course, we're keeping the frog, but I don't really need these fish bait. I can sell those to an archaeology NPC, so I shouldn't turf them. Hello, Burb! As you can see, I'm technically still playing it at the same time. Just today, I managed to get my gear up to 11,000 gear score, so that's about the level people are asking for the, whatever you call it, the raid? Stimian? I forget what it's called. So hopefully, should have a chance to run that. Probably later tonight, I'm thinking. My guild members said they might be around to run it together. I'll just throw that on. Oh, nice. I like move speed. But, yeah, no, it doesn't seem like we're getting any bites on recruiting. That does make sense, because it's not exactly a perfect time. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't even know what Dragon Shackles is. I was talking about the tower thing. No, I don't even know what it's called. You can tell how invested I am in it by the fact that I literally don't know what most things in it are called. But anyway, I should probably get an Eidolon, right? And then we'll go. So as I said, I usually use fire and ice on this character. So, Aveno Seime it is, and then let's party. Yes, so we always run Hell first, but it's always safe to just double check before your party member moseys on in. I've only got one basic XP card. One of those. Here's my Navia Feast. Oh, level 60 experience. No, level 90 experience food. And then where'd my Navia Feast go? It's so luxurious I can't even see it. Come on. Why am I blind? Oh, there it is. Sorry, party member. Have fun for a second while I'm staring at my inventory. I should have used a drop bonus item too. One of these is also experience, right? Yeah. Oh no, that's the wrong kind of experience. There we go, that's experience. I think the crystal heart is too, right? Yeah. And my pet? Where'd my pet go? Here she is. Alright. Oh, this is so much easier with somebody. It's not that I was having difficulty with beating it by myself. The only problem is it takes too long. If you're going to use all these buff items, you may as well knock them all out, right? As quickly as possible. Oop, getting kind of far from my objective on that screen. Where'd my friend go? Oh, probably went back for the chest. Right after I was saying that we were fighting together. Come on. Yeah, I saw that, but I don't care. The chests take too long for me to take down. I don't know if my friend is in the listening to the live stream as well, or if they're just vibing there, but I should probably wait for them for the boss. Also, I should probably put my name's back on. It's kind of weird when you can't see. I was getting ready for the thumbnail. Yeah. I also read for Blue Protocol that the the Falcon spec was better, but I'm still sticking with the other one just because I like it more. But yeah, there's not much, especially if you're just trying to farm the elites or something, there's not much motivation to actually get involved in the fighting process. You're basically doing fine just letting it go. Oh shoot, I didn't realize I was fighting the big boss. I'll see how that goes when I'm literally not even paying attention to it. I was trying to go for the elites. So the people online that are saying that it's better are using information that's further into the future. Alright, interesting. Well, her HP hasn't gone down too bad, so I'll just let her keep going by herself there. World Line 203 if you would like to assist in taking down the Golden Juggernaut. I suppose? I should have paid attention to how much experience I got there, but this time I think I'm switching to controller as well. Interesting. I should actually read all the little details because I wasn't paying that much attention as I was allocating points. Oh, that's why something didn't feel right. There we are. Why are you running? Oh, she fell off a cliff. Alright, you have fun there, Missy. She fell off a cliff. Oh well. And I got lost here. Now she keeps summoning stuff, so I wonder if anything's even hitting the bosses. Oh. Alright, after we finish this run, I'm gonna fix whatever's going on in Blue Protocol. Boar probably pushed me off of a cliff while I wasn't paying attention. Come on, Missy. Who's that hitting? Alright, well, those mobs are doing something or other. Yeah, she fell off the cliff. Let's see. Which way? This way. What I really wanted was just the elite that spawns around here, so I'll leave her there again. So I did pick up, like I said, I picked up the new soundtrack for the Nod Cry region in Genshin, which is what I've put on for today. But I mucked up the order of all the songs. Like I accidentally lost the CD data, so it's playing them technically in order, but it's playing the first track from the first disc, then the first track from the second disc, and then the second track from the first disc, and so on. It's a bit of a mess. But I really do like the music, so I thought as soon as I saw that it was available, I had to nab it. And that way, when I finally find all the songs that I like from just playing the game, I can check what they're called now. I should have used my, Oh, hey, Nanashi! Thanks for stopping by. As you can see, we're doing a slightest bit brain rot here with the extra game playing in the corner. I'm kind of farming the elites. Well, then I'm glad I stuck with it despite what I read on, like, from people trying to create guides online, because maybe in the future it'll be weaker, but who knows if I'll even be playing at that point. I just picked it because I like the wolves. Geez, I'm getting like 1% per run here. That's... I mean, I used a lot of buffs, but that's still a lot. Actually, I should check. How close am I to cap experience? I'm at 427, so there's basically 73% more I could get. Well, you know, it's funny you should say that, Nanashi-san. So the other day, when I was editing my last video, I have Aura Kingdom and OBS on one desktop setup. Like, you know, you can have multiple desktops set up on your computer. I had OBS and Aura Kingdom on one so that I could grab clips that I needed. I suppose I also was had Aura Kingdom Impact there as well. Then on a second desktop, I've got my editing software and like all the folders and stuff that I need opened up on my secondary monitors. And then on a third desktop, I had Blue Protocol auto-farming some mobs. It did not handle that. It actually just literally shut off. It just died on me, and I was very worried until I remembered what I was doing. But, I am hoping that my current computer is going to hack it a little bit longer. Regardless of how much stress I put it under. Yeah, look at that, she just turns away from the tyrant and runs away. Yeah, and I could turn down the quality on Blue Protocol as well, I just didn't. Really, I'm pushing my computer too far to see how much it can handle. Let's call it stress testing. Maybe in that respect, it's kind of a good thing that the model for my VTuber is extremely low resolution. So that's not adding any unnecessary extra stress. Oh, that big red AoE is the stun. Not a problem if you're in a party, but if you get hit with that when you're alone, you can get stun locked. Oh, there's people actually fighting the Gold Juggernaut. Hold on a second. Sure, I'll fight with you guys. Or there's one person here. Hopefully I don't take myself out. Upgrade my power supply and GPU. You know, considering that it literally just shut off, that could be the issue. But, I believe it's my, Isn't it my motherboard that doesn't support Windows 11? I guess I'm just a little bit concerned about, like, compatibility with software over the next little while. Oh, nice, Nanashi! Earlier today when you caught me as I was going to get lunch and a nap, right before, like right after we had finished running dungeons, I literally just finished getting the gold quality gear for every slot. So I'm feeling optimistic about being able to actually contribute DPS now. What I find kind of annoying is that it seems like the stuff that you can craft is just worse than the stuff that you get from dungeons. Like, I don't know if I was looking at it wrong, but it felt like the stuff that I was crafting only gave me less stats that are relevant to my class, whereas when you open stuff from dungeons, it gives you guaranteed both for your class. I don't know. That was the impression I was getting, is that the ones that I crafted weren't as good. Alright, and we'll get back over, now that we've finished the boss, get back over here where the tyrant spawned. Oh, is that what it is? Because it seemed like when I crafted stuff, sometimes it would get an extra stat. Is it random, or am I just losing my mind? For a little while there, I was super anxious to actually join in on runs inside the dungeons, just because I was so worried that I was doing so little DPS, I was bringing everybody down. But yeah, we just ran with the guild a little bit ago. Yeah, earlier today, guild members, we recruited a healer and we just went for it. And it's kind of nice when you don't know what you're doing to run with friends, because then you don't feel so bad when you just explain that you literally have no idea what you're doing and they don't just get mad at you. The first time I ran the Hard, actually. The Goblin Hard, the very first time. When we got to the boss, I knew what you were supposed to do with, like, the shields and whatnot. But, like, when one person who didn't really know what they were doing reflected the lightning orb back right into the boss, the way that you do it in the solo mode, or the easier modes, instead of bouncing it around the shield, like, somebody got so pissed off they literally just quit and left. And that just gives me, like, such a sour taste in my mouth that I don't want to be the person that's bringing everybody down because it's my first time and I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, he's gone. Should probably use a buff. I've got them. Oh, hello, Josie. I'm glad it's at a time you could make it this time. I was actually planning on doing a stream for today for since yesterday, pending whether. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I'm all messed up. There we are. Yeah, I was planning on doing a stream today, provided, because I've been on call for work. So provided I didn't get called, I was always planning on it. But then I forgot to set up the time, so nobody had very much warning, which is my bad. I think I need to do a better job of coming up with like a proper streaming schedule, but for the time being, Oh really? Are you playing the Impact version or the original version? Because, I kind of just gave up on the Impact version. Got a little bit frustrated with the way that it was going. Yep, same here. Did not like the Impact version. I really did give it a solid try. They made so many good quality of life adjustments. It's just the other stuff they did that that made it pretty suffering. And then of course they nerfed Tyr again, so if I'd still been playing when they nerfed Tyr for a second time, I would have absolutely quit at that point. I'd like to say, to be fair, Tyr was absolutely ridiculous, but, and we knew that that couldn't stay. But for anybody that got him because of that, that's not really fair for them to nerf that much. Without any kind of compensation, I mean. Getting a little far from the elite boss. Oh, there's another person here now. Actually, I kind of wonder how fast Impact is gonna go once Awakening is out. Because even our game only goes up to 140. I guess you think that the new version of the Guardian is a little bit too offensive oriented because that's what this this version of the game needed? Oh, Nanashi, actually I think the first time you run it, not only does it indicate to your party members that you are running it for the first time, so they should understand that you haven't done it before, but also a little thing pops up as like a prompt that you could read through. But the very first time I was doing a hard dungeon, I was reading through that prompt, and then the party leader started the instance, and it closed me out, and I was done. Wizard. I am absolutely loving Wizard. As you can see, I'm barely even trying here because I'm using so many buffs that it doesn't matter. But like the AoE is amazing. It's so flashy. It's so sparkly. I'm just vibing here. Although I am, like I said, I am caught between fire and ice, which is why I'm using Abe no Seimei, who has despawned. Hold on a second. Old wizard skill animation? They didn't update the animations though, they just buffed it. Yeah, for a while people were saying ice could the meteor shot used to be you spinning around. Did it? Oh dear. If I had known. Oh wait, no, I should have the old animations. I feel like I made my video of the skills before, I made my video of the skills before the buff, so maybe I should check that. I'd feel really bad if I had missed the fact that they actually changed the animations, because I didn't think they did. Oh. Good. My party member says that they think it was before, so I could actually compare them. Next, S25. Oh, jeez. Oh, to keep up with the casting speed. I suppose that makes sense because they made everything so fast. Yeah, no, I do remember now. It's, because they made everything so fast, if the old animation had a little spin in it, it was probably too long. Oh, there we are. But yeah, the worst part is that it was on that, oh, I forget what the instance was called. It's the one where you have to... There's these like little blue fires that spawn on you, and it says go to a suitable place. And so me, not having read what the fires do or what a suitable place would be, there was like a little blue fiery glow in the middle of the arena. So I thought, I've got a blue fiery glow on me. There's a blue fiery glow on the ground. It's telling me to find a suitable spot, so I ran there. But what actually happens with those flame soul things is that at a certain point in the fight, everybody gets dragged towards them and you gotta run away. So I think the best place to put them would be to run very far away so that you've got a longer distance to run, right? So me being an idiot puts that in absolutely the worst possible place, but everybody in my party should have known that it was my first time and I didn't know what I was doing. Instead I just got rage quit on for that too. So I was very shy about joining in on hard mode parties for basically this entire last week. In Blue Protocol, I mean. And Aura Kingdom is pretty good for solo content, like for running things alone once you get to a certain point. A lot of people like to play this game solo, and they've also made gear such that you basically can. And I feel like they really wanted to correct that in Impact, which is why they were making everything so freaking strong. But the downside of that is that if the population doesn't keep up, then you're just out of luck. Shield Knight there. You know, I've actually never played tank, and when I got to pick my free second class, I picked a healing class because I thought that might be better for like AFK farming and stuff, or queuing for dungeons, and then I've literally never played it since. I like being a bow. And I'm currently working on leveling up the, whatchamacallit, the crafting with wood? I don't even know what it's called off the top of my head, but the one that can make the bows. Because I thought that was going to be my only way to get gold tier, a gold tier bow, since I couldn't figure out what to do in the dungeons and my gear score was too low. But no, we had a good... It's actually not... sorry, my party member is in the regular chat, but my party member was saying fletching, but no, it's actually the construction. The same class, or the same life skill that you use for, like, sawing wood. Yeah, I kind of figured out how expensive it was going to be when I ran out of bound, Luno? I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I converted some of my Unbound Luno to regular Luno just to get my skills up. Just a little bit. Oh, I don't like that we can't see how many runs we have left. And yeah, I think it might be carpentry. Something along the lines of that. Construction, carpentry. I don't know, the icon for it is a log and a saw. I think what's striking me the most about Blue Protocol is that it feels right in a weird spot between really sweaty for how you have to farm all the world bosses, but also really casual because I can literally make progress just letting it sit there and fight without even touching the keyboard, right? Like, it's got this weird balance between requiring a lot of time but being friendly to not being hands-on. Which is a weird place to be. Anyway, my next main goal in Blue Protocol, since I finally got the armor from, or the costume from the thing, gosh, why are my words failing me so much right now? I finally got the Season Hub costume thing, so I'd like to try and dye it the same sort of colors as my Aura Kingdom character. So now that I've actually got my gold tier bow, I can finally go back to crafting a bajillion dyes. But it's what I mean by sweaty, though, and oh, I guess it wasn't until this most recent one came out that you had a guaranteed way to get a weapon, right? Because all the other ones, the weapons are super rare drops. I think we got one more? Yeah, I guess it is kind of nice, the auto fight thing, but it also doesn't make me feel very invested in the game because it's not even really me getting any better at fighting. And I'm sure that if I were to properly read the skills and learn how to do the combinations properly, I do be able to be more effective as a DPS. It's also kind of nice to, in the middle of a fight, take a moment to pour another cup of tea. Can't really do that in Aura Kingdom here. I think I'd be pretty easily one-shot. Really? It's best when you just auto? Wow. See, and then all I've got to do is just watch my positioning and if I'm actually fighting, make sure I'm dodging stuff. Alright, I think that was it for here, right? Yeah, we're done Infernal Citadel. Endless Abyss. Yeah, unfortunately there's not much to the lower levels of a Sky Tower anymore. The basic 1 to 25 is kind of I guess it's good for dragon points and that's about it. And emblems. I think there's still people that actually do that one. But the Elite Sky Tower? Oh. Yeah, I knew I was about to one-shot myself there. The Elite Sky Tower floors 26 to 50. There's basically zero incentive to do those because of how long the gathering floors take. And one person that doesn't know what they're doing can grief the... or one person that does know what they're doing can grief the entire raid group. Plus the cooperation needed for the birds floor. It's kind of suffering. I almost feel like I wouldn't mind if they buffed up the regular Sky Tower and improved the drops. I don't think I'd mind that. But what might be nicer is if they were to get rid of all the cutscenes on 1 to 50 and just make that all one raid. I think that might be fun. Because right now they got rid of the cutscenes from Hero, but they didn't get rid of it for the other towers, did they? Oh, no, no chest. I mean, it's technically Sky Tower today, so if I really wanted to, I could check, but... Oh yeah. Things in the mail? Oh dear. Holy moly! I get the feeling Nylia, my professional chef from yesterday, double-checked which eidolons I was working on. Holy! Thank you! But if I take them all, my inventory is going to be 9? 10? If I take those, my inventory is already toast. Yeah, you kind of get stuck using Bard. They're releasing Shuriken next week, so I'm curious as to how that's gonna go. Is it still going? Is she still sending me stuff? Oh my god. Nylia, thank you for the food. I guess this stream is once again sponsored by the professional chef. But I think my inventory is going to be a problem if I take all that stuff out. Yep. Reflect. If you're not familiar with this dungeon, the mobs that spawn in this first section, a couple of them have some pretty intense reflect, the little guys. So if you keep them moving, they can't use it. But, clearly we didn't keep them moving fast enough to not use their skill. Oh, and I've got the lightning debuff from that boss, even though we killed him so fast. It's actually terrible timing. Because I've used all my fancy buffs, so I want to run dungeons as much as possible for the next 12 hours that I'm online with this character. I might have to quickly just foist them into my shared and then feed them to my eidolons on another character. That way I don't lose my buff time. Because it's going to take me quite a while to find where I can slot all that food in, but holy crap, I really appreciate it, because, like, cooking in-game makes me so dizzy. I think I only managed to do like 2 or 3 wishes total with cooking until I gave up yesterday and said no more. Wow, we destroyed that boss. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't. I was gonna say maybe it's a good thing we didn't recruit more people because, oh no, because we got a guard. We could be roaring. The cooking minigame actually gets a lot easier as you level up because you can equip higher level knives. And the knives are what make it so that you can slow down the ingredients and it gives you more of the correct ones, so it's a lot easier to max out your, or to do the cooking to the top quality once you've got that. That being said, that almost makes the purple quality more annoying. Because, like, I think there's, especially when it comes to lower level foods, once you're a particularly high level at cooking, you've actually got to, like, go past and then let some incorrect ingredients go through, and then let nothing go through to get the purple quality. Sometimes. And really the only thing you'd need that for, I would say, is probably Eidolon Wishes, because I don't think anybody would use that kind of stuff for PvP. Like, it's supposed to be PvP quality, but I don't think most people use that kind of food for PvP, do they? They might. I don't know. PvP scares me. This song, what's it called? What's it called? Hold on. iTunes. It's called From Beyond. Oh, they stopped making it PvP food at a certain level, so probably the better level detail food at higher levels is better, rather than aiming specifically for purple quality. Anyway, this song is called From Beyond, and I like it quite a bit. Yes they do. They do still have good versus evil. Oh, hold on, my partner isn't here. I got distracted by the music and thought they were ahead of me. However, even though technically good versus evil doesn't require gear, I believe your level does impact how you perform. Like, because your versus targets of the same level is, it gives you certain, versus targets of lower levels you get certain buffs. Let my mouse go. It's possible. It's possible that if you couldn't play Bard as a sub-Bard, that it would be more popular. But, you know, they also, like, super nerfed Bard in PvP. Like, they nerfed the healing when you're in PvP type combat. So they could pull all sorts of strings to get the effect they wanted. And the question would ultimately be, is that what I find fun to play? And the answer, probably no. And I thought about it a lot when I was putting together the video, because like I said, in it I was taking notes for like 3 weeks on what the pain points I was feeling were. And like, with the amount that you have to grind every day, do you really want to be sitting around waiting on other people to get to those places with you? Or like to run your dungeons? Or do you want to just, if you've got to run every single dungeon, get started on your own schedule? Well, I thought that, in my opinion, it was a struggle. Especially being on call, right? Because I wake up in the morning and I don't know if I'm going to be working, so to make sure that I at least made a little bit of income in the game, I would quickly run through everything I possibly could in the morning. Everything I could possibly do solo, anyway. Do we have one more here? No. Is there other world at level S25? I think so. Is that Silent Dark Castle? No, it totally is. We probably should have started before the 6 o'clock reset, but hindsight's 2020, and if I'd started at the time I wanted to, we would have. I was gonna start an hour early, but then I was tired. What's the other S25 other world? Isn't, So, Floating Cannon did something really interesting with the target elements, right? So they made it so that you could change the element of the targets, and that applied for everybody. So I figured as long as I made a fire and ice holy chest, I'd be fine, right? Because if everybody's got, like, if every raid or every party's got a floating cannon in it, everything's going to be either fire or ice depending on what element they're playing. But fortification in that game is super expensive. Wow, we're a little bit too strong for this. My dear guardian friend, please ensure that you're roaring first, because I get the feeling that we'll be one-shotting these bosses if we're not careful. These other worlds are really quite squishy. Gosh, I keep trying to think of what would make it better. Like, one of the things that always strikes me is that when people talk about the things that they'd like to see in games, I have a tendency to, like, just, not have an opinion on how to make things better, because I accept either, or it is what it is. Like, the developers are gonna do what the developers are gonna do. I'm a little bit, I guess, resigned in that sense. So if you were to ask me how to improve it, the pain point was definitely just the ridiculous amount of grind. Especially for currency. I guess, I'd say go back to using fragments for gear fortification. So when you run the dungeons, you'd get a whole bunch of weapons, and those weapons you'd break down into fragments instead of selling to the NPC. Then you'd use those fragments for fortification. Then, from there, you'd have the gold left over from the dungeon to actually trade with other players. I feel like that would have been a better fit, because when everything takes gold, you can't actually use it as a currency to trade with other players because you're so busy expending it on just the basics. Oh, shoot, right after I said it, I'm sorry. I completely forgot. I'll let you go after the bosses from now on. What else could be done to improve it? Go back to using fragments. Get rid of the Sky Tower requirement for sweeping party mode dungeons. Instead, set it so that you could sweep party mode dungeons if you're strong enough to solo them. Like if you've beaten them not in a party before. No, because they don't want to encourage non-party combat. That doesn't make sense either. I mean, not to say, ooh, making a game is easy, I could come up with solutions, but just like What is a solution? You're getting kind of far from the guy I want you to fight. Hold on. Yeah, look. There he is. Dawn. Oh, cards. Cards. Compromise. I wish that the Eidolon infusions were more free-to-play accessible as well, because they're basically the most exciting thing about the game in terms of like freshening up what's going on with the skills, because like my initial idea when I heard of it was like if you could increase the AoE on skills for a duelist would be way less clunky than it currently is, because like on Duelist you've got very little AoE, but you've also got probably the highest potential single hit skill with your butterfly stacks and the dancing balisong. And I've said it over and over again, but like Duelist is clunky, but it can slap. And it's an absolute shame that I never got the chance to like actually have a bunch of Eidolons with the AoE increases to see how much that could actually improve it as a class. Oh, no, that did not do it. Hopefully my Guardian can make it through. Nope. Both failed. Well, at least you only have to run it twice. Honestly, very sad that there's like you don't even get to see those animations. You can't read the conversations. There's none of that anymore. That's is quite a bit of a disappointment, because the Eidolons feel more like just like they don't feel like companions as much. And I know they don't super feel like companions in this version either, but oh, but have you been able to change your starter and move and actually use all 4 Eidolons that are in your bar? Amazing. I absolutely adore that. I think I didn't even mention that in the video, but especially the fact that the one that you put in the front slot is the one that gets all of the story beats, which is nice because then obviously I put Tyr in the front slot and Tyr gets all the story beats. It was perfect. Yeah, I've used all my keys. Although, it was my understanding that they said basically something about the way this game was programmed made it so that they weren't able to implement moving your starter Eidolons out of the base, and I guess at this point it's probably not worth it for them to make that change. Based on whatever it is that was holding them up before, I can't imagine it's any different now. I saw some people talking about the possibility of like Impact merging into this game, and there's so many differences I don't think that would ever happen. But I could see them merging the Alucard and the Cat server together. Had to resist it to attack first there because I didn't want to one-shot him. Specifically, which ones do you think that they should have kept, but they changed instead? Oh, yeah, I almost did it again there. How could they improve the link? No, just I think what they were probably looking at is the fact that people you have to spend, I think, 4 hours linking normally. Like, right now we're on the halftime link event, but normally you had to spend 4 hours linking. You know, we did pretty good for the fancy experience ones. I guess we could do that one. So I think the thing they were trying to solve with the links not taking time, but instead taking gold, was how long people were spending doing the linking, being, like, not conducive to kind of a more... I mean, I assumed at the time they were going for a more casual, less time investment sort of thing. But it turned out to be ridiculously sweaty. Wait, you can't come in? Oh, but no, I'm fine. You can come in on that character. I can solo this. I've done it several times. I'll be fine. Oh, shoot! You're not even a S35. My apologies. Then I'll go slowly through the first section if you want to switch character. Me not even knowing my party member's level. I do like the question marks, because it just adds some mystery. But, it has its downsides. How could we fix the Eidolon linking system? Even if we keep, like, the gold linking, what if they were to implement something like where you could talk to them after initiating the link, and then if you got a good result, because right now they've got they have different, like, quality results from the different chat options. If you got a good result, you got better items or something? No, that seems like it would be, because with the gold linking, not only do you not get to chat with your Eidolons at all, so you don't get to hear about their connections with the other ones, you also don't get to see their animations and stuff. And I would show you, but I've already finished all my links for the day. Whew. I think we were going so fast, it's getting kinda... Probably due for a relog here, but... It's turning into a slideshow, yeah. About time for a relog? I'm sure that playing Blue Protocol on the other screen isn't helping how chunky it's getting here. Yeah, I think we're due for a relog. Oh, goodness. Right, the ideal Eidolon linking system, going back to that for a second, it would have to incorporate both being able to see the cute animations that they made for all the Eidolons, and then it would also have to incorporate some kind of... Oh, Jedi, it's not normally this bad, is it? It wasn't like this when I started for the day, but just, I've got the other game going and we've been teleporting a lot, so I'm probably due for a relog. Meh. Wait, have I actually soloed this on this character before? Okay, the ideal pillars that we would want in a perfect Eidolon linking system is we need to be able to see the animations, we need to be able to chit-chat with them, and ideally we wouldn't need to spend, I think right now it's 4 hours, but it was only, Right, yeah. So we don't get to see the animations, so that's no good. That's why we want a system that does have the animations. Yeah, normally it's not this crunchy for me, so we're gonna have to relog after this. See animations, be able to chit-chat, and have a chance for fragments. And also not take a ridiculous amount of hours on where it needs active work on a daily basis. Oh dear. Yeah, normally it's not that bad for this character. Or for me, but I'm sure it does, like I said, it doesn't help that I've got 2 games running. Also, you have run further away from what you're supposed to be hunting again. A companion app. A companion app as an option for linking the Eidolons. I don't hate it in principle, but what I was thinking was something like the current system we have, but you could load in gold to auto-link while you're offline. That way you don't have to use the computer processing power. Anyway, I am gonna do a little relog here. I don't think you have to actually close all the way out of the game, but I did anyway. Yeah, you could just go to character select, but I just closed out the game. Oh, is there a boss? No. Well, even this one's getting a little bit slideshowy. I really don't need to have that game as full screen, considering that it's only a teeny box there, but I also don't care enough to mess with the settings to make it not full screen right now. And there we are. I don't know about that. It did seem like they were, Oh, you're in, the... Hold on. Don't kill the last boss in there without me. I'm running in. Oh, you were almost there. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. But they were already redoing all of their other games, so it probably shouldn't have been a surprise to me when they decided to remake Aura Kingdom. I guess it's just because I was so in the community, I didn't know, like... it didn't feel like it needed a remake. But they were remaking all of their other games, so I should have seen it coming. There we are, that's more smooth. But I'm just glad that for the community we got Buzardo, because we love Buzardo in the Discord. Unrelatable. We actually probably have to worry about one-shotting this boss too, don't we? Yeah. Things I never thought I'd have to worry about. One-shotting bosses in Nightmares. See if we get anything good. Nope. Yeah, same, just LP. But I have gotten quite a few mounts this time. Anyway, are you gonna go back to your Guardian then? Har har. And that's actually kind of where I disagree with you, Burb. Unfortunately, it's my opinion that the customization in Blue Protocol kind of sucks, and I don't really like any of the costumes. Like, the one that I'm wearing right now is the one that I like the most of the ones that are available to me. But like, I mean, I can't really go in there and show anything because it's so small, but the, whatchamacallit? Like, the ones on the Wish, they suck. I don't like them at all. The beach stuff, not my vibe. Yeah, like, they absolutely suck. The other free ones all are the ones that you can get free in the store. I mean, there's a okay number, but they're all kind of frumpy. Oh, the character creation. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. The character creation was very, very in-depth. That's true. Alright, well, I got a Navia Feast on, so, may as well do more dungeons. I'm not gonna pop another set of the fancy cards, though. Or I guess it is Gate of Abandoning God next. But then that actually does lead me to, Burp, what are your opinions on the costumes? Because I feel like the costumes kind of suck. Like, the dyeing is quite extensive, and I like that, but, I wish there was a little more, how did I describe it? I was complaining that it wasn't edgy enough before, but I think what I'm actually going for is that the majority of the costumes do not look like they are designed for being used in combat. Like, they don't look like things that you'd be fighting in. It looks like just a fashion show kind of thing, right? The majority of the ones that I saw. Oh yeah, they just need more costumes, but what I mean is that, like, for the longest time, I was just using the look of the armor because all of the costumes look too much like they're not designed for fighting, and I maybe I shouldn't be saying that wearing a fancy pretty blue dress in this game, but... yeah, I don't know, it just does a little bit too, it's not fantasy enough to be just high fantasy sort of like flashy costumes, and it's not hardcore enough to look like it's designed for fighting. So I was just using the look of the armor for quite a while. And I wish we had more stuff in there that looks cooler. I mean, to be fair, you can tell my favorite costume in Aura Kingdom because it's the one that I made my VTuber model out of. But I have a couple of the new costumes that I like. How does this boss work again? Probably doesn't matter. But yeah, I finally got the set that or the body set from the event for the achievements thing in Blue Protocol. So now, like I said earlier, I'm just working casual! That is wow, I'm clearly I need some more sleep or something, but casual is definitely the word that I would use. You're right. It's very much not the kind of stuff you would be yeah, casual. Eh. Oh, there he is. I almost didn't even get a target on him. Now. Oh, hey, Jack. Great question. Are you still playing Aura Kingdom Impact? Cause, yeah, no, I just can't anymore. Yeah. Tear situation is still alive somehow? Oh dear, what happened? What do you mean the tear situation? Did something happen with his new, nerf? Oh shoot, no, don't attack Dagu. I think the funniest thing about this boss is that he respawns if you kill him before you take out the towers, but you get the drops on the first kill. Okay, so how do you get all those field of effects then? Is it just specific skills it'll work on? I should probably re-angle the camera to see if another elite spawned. Oh. Alright, I won't tell anybody. What? Wall. Right, but that's one of the things that I think had the potential. Small window auto battling. Sorry. Yeah, I am playing a BPSR. Somewhat casually, but also auto battling in the corner of my screen. I think one of the things that gave the Eidolon infusions so much potential was the fact that Aura Kingdom is kind of scuffed in the programming, and we can have ridiculous interactions. Oh, hold on, let me heal you. Right? Like, I think one of Aura Kingdom's greatest strengths is it's a little bit scuffed. I don't know if I should say that. I really enjoy how it feels to play the combat, but if every time you find a really good use for one of the Eidolon infusions, it's gonna get nerfed, that's not, like, great for the long-term survival of the game at all, right? Like, if every time a tier incident happens, they start changing the infusion over and over again, trying to nerf it. I probably should hit you once. You can't trust that it's worth even getting Eidolons when you see a cool interaction with one of their infusions, right? You know, after I said that we weren't gonna hunt the chests, I'm the one hunting them. Guess it's not even worth it at this level, eh? Yeah, but that's the fun part, Jedi. And you could argue that if they were doing a proper job QCing it, it wouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, that's not really the current meta, is it? Wait, we're friends, right? Yes. Like, you know, there are people that still insist that jump casting is a mistake. That you shouldn't be able to get auto attacks in if you do a perfect jump cast, right? There's people that still think that. Which Eidolon is that, Josie? Is that, Alina? Because Alina's actually got a ridiculously good stun, right? And, actually, on my alt account, on my scrub account, I've still got my, what do you call it? I've still got, Grim, because Grim's actually a really decent flame Eidolon. Oh, Marilee's actually nice too, because she's got the move speed buff by default, so she is actually quite a comfortable pick, and I would recommend her for people that just want something for move speed in late game. Two infusions fighting over which AoE size takes priority. You can, if you could choose the priority and somehow keep the other effect. Yeah, I mean, it's not even super clear all the details about what the 4-star infusions do, right? Like, you can't tell just by looking at what it says. Like, doesn't Tears just say something about God's lightning? It doesn't really explain what it does. Yeah, I'll just leave the chest. I don't care about it. Did you get rid of her move speed? I actually regret that I picked Seraph at the start because I really wish I had a move speed Eidolon there. So maybe it is a sign that I should just re-roll Seraph stars on my main character anyway. Oh, sorry, I think I missed Jack. They're exhausted with one class a month. 100%. I'm glad that in the end I decided to use all the resources that all the resources I was saving up for Bow on Lance, because I feel like I would not have even made it that last month continuing to play Starcaller. With like ridiculously low stats waiting for Bow to come out, and now it's not even the next one. They're pulling out Shuriken. Like, shouldn't have said anything if you weren't gonna do it. But yeah, no, it's like you can't keep up. Now then, I didn't even get level 80 armor, and I couldn't afford to finish forting everything I had. It was a lot. Crit, fire damage, absorb, and move speed. So rather than specializing, you kind of just went a little bit more overall versatility in all circumstances. You know, it's interesting that you say that about reworking Bow, because the new version of Bow that we got is extremely debuff-centric, and they nerfed all debuffs in Impact. So So if you take a class that's had all of its AoE removed, and then added in is really good debuffs, and then you take away all the debuffs and you still don't have any AoE, I can't imagine that being a very comfortable class to play. So I was kind of hoping that Bo would be the ultra debuffer and that I'd be able to not contribute my DPS to my team, but contribute, well, the same way that kind of Source was originally seen. Before Source was seen as a super heavy hitter in this game, it was seen as like the king of debuffs, right? So if that's what Bo could have been in Impact, that could have been neat, but I'm guessing that the reason why they had to delay it was because they couldn't find the balance between the fact that they're nerfing all the debuffs and the fact that it literally can't hit more than one enemy at once except for on the spike skill. Yeah, how would they read? I just don't know. When they come out with Bo, I might peek back in and see what's going on. Wait, what do you mean? Why is there BPSR, Aichi-kun? Your problem? And actually, she's run off in the wrong direction again. Hold on. Oh yeah, damage. Yep. Back to the other game. Whoop. Oh dear, your name is an emoji, 100. Hello, and thanks for stopping by. I think I've got very complicated feelings about BPSR, and I agree with Bird that the fact that the gacha doesn't have anything that seems to really impact your, the costume gacha is the only one that you can't really participate in as a free-to-play. Well, at least not very much. And then the will gacha, I've actually been... It doesn't seem very bad at all. I mean, it's the start of the game, we got a lot of free of the coin thingies, but it doesn't feel that bad. So I've been fine with the gacha aspect, but I guess I'm just... They've created a game that requires a lot of grindiness, but then they also added in the autoplay. So right now I'm just auto-farming an elite that spawns there, but my character keeps running in the wrong direction. I don't know, because when I'm actually the one actively controlling my character, even then I leave it on autoplay and I just handle like the mechanics other than actually fighting. So I'm not sure how intrinsically fun it is, but in terms of a number go up simulator, I'm not disliking it. How about that? I've got complaints about the costumes as well. I suppose it's just there to remind you that I haven't given up on it. I was complaining about this earlier, so I'm sorry for everybody that's already heard this, but I had a massive issue with the dungeons in that it was too, the first time I was running them, the people would not slow down to let me read what I'm supposed to do. Oh, Jedi. You mean you didn't already have it in picture-in-picture on top of another game? Right, sorry, no, but like when I was running dungeons and I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't have enough time to read the detailed description of what you're supposed to do because it prompts you to read it once you're already inside the dungeon, and then the leader started it before I could read it. And they can see that it's my first time because it tells them it's my first time. And then I don't know what I'm doing. It was the Kanamiya tribe or whatever that one is called. And there's a... You're like my, Yeah, no, people are definitely constantly impatient. But Aura Kingdom's mechanics are a little bit more simplistic. Like, you don't ever have super complicated positioning type stuff that you have to deal with. It's usually, or maybe I've just played it for so long. Maybe I've just played it for so long that it, that I get the game language that Aura Kingdom uses, and I don't understand the game language that Blue Protocol is using. But like, my example was, and the playing with the solo version didn't help me for this, but when I went into the Kanamiya tribe hard one, there's that thing with the blue flames, and when you get the blue flames, you're supposed to run far away from your party, but it just says go to a suitable location on the prompt above your head, and I thought the suitable location was the fire in the middle of the floor, but then when I went there, it pulled everybody in and they die. Oh, hello, Horchat Love-Sue. Oh, Horchat Love-Sue. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Aura Kingdom, World Boss Sheet, Arknights, Orange Juice. What do you mean by 100% orange juice? What? What's going on there? What? Oh, it's a game. Well, if I wanted to make it a little bit more, brain rot here, do we need another something on screen? Should I add in, anti-micro so you can see the controller inputs? Oh, I actually can just toggle anti-micro, can't I? Yeah, there you go, anti-micro. Josie, I believe people do still do goats because they're the easiest way to get a whole lot of LP without a lot of stats. But they're still really weak, right? Like, you have to take off your weapons and armor and punch them because they're right now they're so weak that they'll die very quickly if people are actually fighting them properly. Oh, I saw that retracted message for a moment. ISP debuff. Do we still have one more here? I think we do. Yeah. And then I don't think we'll even get any experience from the next one down, but we still got 20 minutes, so... Now unfortunately with gold, things are kind of weird right now. Because a lot of what were formerly really valuable items have kind of tanked in price because of the way that they've been a bit more generous on Paragon with them. So I think the market's in a bit of an odd state. Personally, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I'm actually quite bad at farming gold. But I've got my gear in a position where I don't feel like I am super hurting to get my hands on better gear, so I've actually just been running dungeons and enjoying the runs. Just lean back with my controller here and just kill stuff. So as you can see from my inventory right now, I've got almost 2,000 gold. And I'm gonna say 1,000 of that is from running my S30s. Games with roles for each party member requires people from a... Yeah, it's Oh yeah, we have the gold buff for running dungeons right now too. It's just a little bit, but it's something, right? So that's helping me with my farming gold. You can also do the Obobo dungeons. And bond trophies are valuable, but it seems like there might not be people buying them right now because they're really rare drops, but on the other hand you need 2 of them. So I think you probably only see them really sell if you manage to get the entire set and sell them at the same time as somebody else that's got the other part, because you need both for it to really be worth it for bond trophies. Now as for the environment of the way that players treat new players, I actually went out for dinner on Friday with one of my best friends, and we were talking about MMOs because obviously I just put out a video about quitting one, and she's super, well, maybe super is not the right word, but she's into Final Fantasy 14, right? The Final Fantasy one. And so she's trying to convince me that I should be doing like a stream for Final Fantasy and be like giving it a shot kind of thing. And I'm not amenable to the idea. But she was telling me, like, in that game, they're super friendly to new players. Guess we do Ancient War Gods Brutality. No. And like she was telling me that like I wouldn't have that same kind of experience. Like if you're new in in Final Fantasy, people are like really nice to you in dungeons, so which is like a very weird experience to hear about. So I'd have to see it to believe it. But I am considering giving Final Fantasy a proper shot and maybe streaming it and seeing how I feel about that game. Yeah, I do gotta say the flashy aesthetic of this one is my style. But I'd like to give Blue Protocol at least a solid 3 months, the same way I did with Impact. Oh, you also played it. Is that correct then? That people are like generally extremely kind to new players in that game? And they're considerate of the fact that you don't know what you're doing? Yeah. Oh. I see you waving, Aichi-kun. Are you heading for the day? Oh, this guy. This guy's actually quite annoying. And yeah, I think we'll go and do some S30 solos, because I think that'll actually be the most efficient thing to run. Oh, YouTube chat bug. I think Blue Protocol appears to have something similar to that, because you can thumbs up people at the end of dungeons. But I haven't quite figured out what that does, so I've just been, as long as people haven't been mean to me, I've been giving them thumbs up. Where's that last cultist there? Alright. I forgot that this dungeon is actually pretty annoying, even though I am good enough level for it now. No! No! We were so close! I might have to go for my not with my controller. I might need a little bit more fine-tuned control here. Alright. Look, I'm playing with my controller, which means that I can't actually tell... Yeah, you guys can see that I'm playing with my controller. I turned on anti-micro. So you can tell that I don't have as fine-tuned control. And I'm probably the same way, Josie, is I don't see myself, even if I were enjoying Final Fantasy, I don't see myself leaving behind this game because I just enjoy it. Alright. Maybe if we just keep him moving there. Way easier when you can actually target the mobs properly. And then I can go back to my controller. AK stock. Listen, if that was the case, I would not have been able to step away from or impact. I am very conscious of what I find enjoyable. And what I'm using my time on. To an extent anyway. So, if I wasn't having fun, I would not log in. Oh, whoops. Taking a sip of tea. Alright, then we're gonna run some solo dungeons. May as well. And then I suppose after the reset... What time is it? Yeah, we got 15 minutes till the reset. Then we'll do another quick run through the S30 and whatnot and call it for the day. Yeah, Final Fantasy having a lot of dialogue. The way my friend explained it was that the, consider it like a, RPG that's also an MMO, not so much an MMORPG. Right, Flor... Man, the raid group that I was a part of for Impact, I just saw them for their recruitment today saying, yeah, no, we're not even going to bother with 26 to 30. And if that's how content already is for the raid groups, and there's only 3 raid groups left on the server, that's not ideal. That does not bode well for the game either. Am I right that one of them had 14 health bars? Like, I thought I saw somebody say that one of them has like 14 health bars. Freaking hell. That's a lot of health bars. Why can't they give that to the goats on our server? Ah, okay. Ash has 14. I mean, to be fair, I feel like I would prefer 14 health bars to just one ridiculously beefy health bar. I do think that's an improvement. I get the feeling Nylia might have been watching watching back the VOD of the stream to check which Eidolons I had that needed food and went and made it all. Ah, yeah, I saw that. I saw you guys talking about that in the Discord. I think it was you guys anyway. But, like... that sucks. And then I'm wondering whether or not the fact that I haven't seen that before. I don't remember having a knockback skill, but I also haven't done that raid in forever. Crystal of Atlan. I don't know if I've even heard of that game before. I should Google it. Just a second. I probably should be killing all these mobs, but whatever. Crystal of Atlan. Images. Oh, the art is quite nice. Like, the aesthetic of the game does look cool. I agree with that. But, Really? You have to like pick a base character as the model for your class, or like does it have different specific designs for each class or something? I should wait and kill mobs. There's so much experience here that I'm losing out on if I don't. Phantom dashes. Wow. I mean, they did say that they wanted to adjust the mechanics of some of the bosses, and I suppose oh. Well, that's kind of disappointing. Ew. Floor 29, after you've beaten a ridiculous boss, they forgot to actually implement any changes, and so it's just a nuke fest? Jeez. See, when we're talking about Q&A for them being able to interpret how the infusions are going to be properly or improperly used by the players, if they can't even Q&A a whole floor on their tower, that doesn't bode well. Oh, hello, Rain. Staring at me in the chat there. Auntie. I guess that means that the robots that you turn into are affected by your stat, which makes sense. No? Rain, do you not see that I am literally playing Blue Protocol right now? Look closer. Actually, is my anti-micro covering it? It's hard to see with how small it is. No, it's there. It's visible. I'm literally playing Blue Protocol right now. Look closer. Above the chat. Oh, I don't know your name. Actually, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even know how to add people as a friend. Let's see. My UID number. I don't know if you can add me based on that. I'll write it in chat. Just a second. Up. My UID in Blue Protocol is 270. Oh, that's not even typing in chat. Hold on. 2706191. There. I don't know how to add people as friends, but if you can use my number to do it, then do it. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Josie, and get some rest for work, indeed. we go. Rem's trying to add me to a party as well as become my friend. Hold on. Sure, but I'm just... Well, then I guess you have to leave the party. Yeah, I mean... Oh no, now I'm still a party leader. Hold on. I have a tendency to not ask my games to change for me. That's why I was having so much difficulty trying to come up with ways to improve the issues I was feeling with Impact earlier when we were talking about it. It's gonna be so tiny on the screen that you won't be able to see it, but where do we go? J for social friends. No, that's just messages. I don't even know how to look at my friends. But like, yeah, generally I don't ask my games to change for me. It's just if I don't enjoy them anymore, I simply walk away, right? Escape. Friends. That literally just went to the same spot I was already in. Right? Yeah, no, that's not doing anything. And I've got fancy buffs on, so I'm gonna keep running. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm too distracted because I'm trying not to waste time on my fancy buff item here. I've got a... You can't see it because it's underneath the anti-micro, but I've got my hands on a Navia Feast here, and I'm gonna make the most of it. We have approximately 5 minutes until the dungeons reset. So in Impact, the Navia Feast was handed out as an item for the apologies for nerfing one of the classes, right? In this game, they were accessible as a part of an event, the Lucky Star event that was up last time. So I managed to nab myself some, and I'd like to make good use of them. Hyper farming. All right. Friends. Oh, there is another tab that says friends list. Oh, that's quite well done. That's quite well done. I think it's too small for anybody to actually see it in the video there, though. How long on these cards? 20 minutes. That should be fine. Good. Wrong direction. I got turned around. Anybody else wants to add me as a friend, absolutely go for it. I might not be able to react quickly when I'm trying to run proper dungeons, though. I'll probably hit 2,000 gold today when I sell off all this stuff. Wait. Prefix number plus... What's the prefix number? All I see is my UID. Oh, I gotta say, I'm glad they didn't make it... I got up early. Oh, hello, Steelo. Yes, I am using a controller. Oh, I guess you just have to guess that you got the right person, right? When you look up by midday, when you look it up by name, you just have to be able to tell which one it is, because multiple people can use it. Someone else is using my name? Then how'd you know which one was me? Ah, yeah, I can imagine that Sakura might be oh, yeah, no, that'll make sense. Sakura is probably a very, popular name. Can't believe somebody else took the name Midday and then they didn't even try their hardest. Oh, well, Steelo, I've got my program up in the corner there that you can see that's converting the buttons I press on my controller into keystrokes. And then I use the D-pad to control the cursor for anything that requires a cursor. I've got select and start as the mouse buttons. And then I'm using an off-brand PlayStation controller, so the PlayStation button has been reconfigured to F for interact. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of workarounds that just barely makes it functional. So like L and R are my jump and tab, so I have a tendency to just hit both of them because every time I want to use a skill, basically I'm changing target anyway, right? And I also want to jump. Then I've got my face buttons that are my skills, X, square, triangle, and circle. L1. You know, maybe I should do a tutorial for it, but it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a jank thing, right? Like, it's a bit janky. Because you have to rely on tab target. It's really annoying to have to come over and, like, select target for the enemy. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you had to have a separate number as a prefix for it. Am I gonna be able to squeak in one more solo before my friend gets back? Oh, no, it already reset. Well, then I'm gonna run into solo challenge while I'm waiting for my friend to get back with water. Oh, I guess they have to do that in case some rapscallion puts just a series of numbers as their name, huh? But yeah, either way, this name's clearly not that much in demand. There I was getting up at before 5 a.m. thinking I needed to lock in my name. You know, I probably should have used a drop charm. Considering how many dungeons I was running today. It would have made a lot more sense, but whatever. You know, I suppose I could do a tutorial for how I set up anti-micro. Way back in the day, I actually did streams as I was setting up how to use the controller. And that was before I had a VTuber model and everything, but I don't know that I actually showed what was going on in the program. And you can see that I'm actually on a profile number 4. That's because originally I had tried building separate profiles for every single class based on where the skills were, but once I figured out that that was annoying, I ultimately decided that I'd just reposition the skills for each class in the skill bar so that they were comfortable on a controller and just relearned how to play the classes that way. It doesn't look like they're back, so I'll go one more time. It's a good song. Oh gosh, you know, the Blue Protocol doesn't have a proper braid hair. really? Well, let me tell you, when I'm running those dungeons, like especially the later ones, and it says, oh, you're done, and then you have to spend longer running to get to the boss than you did actually fighting the mobs, like, come on. If you're gonna make it so that the majority of the dungeon is wasted in the easier modes, then, like, just don't put it there. Alright. Ready to teleport to the best one. I'm actually curious as to how much is different about this compared to the last release. Come to think of it. No, I still don't have enough of them. And 12 minutes is probably gonna be enough time because we only do have one each of party and solo. Was it really actually completely redone? I'd be curious to see. Like, if there's somebody that was able to do the same kind of comparison that I did, like, between the different class mode versions, like a side-by-side comparison of what this version and the other version are like. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense, because they did make it mobile. And that's Unity's thing, right? Is that it's easier to port. I probably should have relogged. I'm getting crunchy again. Sorry, pal. After we finish this run, I'm gonna do a quick relog just to the menu. I'm not gonna restart the game this time. It's getting a bit crunchy. And there's a lot of mobs in this dungeon. Oh, I have turned off the music for that game. Yeah, I definitely noticed that it's a lot more casual, considering the auto-farming. But I guess if that's the meta for games right now, so to speak. He's getting crunchy. Yeah, definitely need a relog. Well, even Impact tried to do that, but it was just suffering the way that they implemented it. My guardian friend, I'm sorry, I absolutely need to... Yeah, it's crunchy. I absolutely need to relog. Hey, I just got an achievement, Determination to Fight. What do you suppose that is? Well, because you could not get enough resources to even... that frame rate. Yeah, that frame rate. Yeah, you couldn't keep up if you weren't able to run the dungeons more times than they were letting you do it. But they could have solved that by just not restricting your dungeon runs. Oh, and my weapon's about to break too. That's super cool. We can fix that. Other grocery store card and repair done. I've also noticed that there's like a shared storage thing on the island, right? Like, I haven't messed around with it too much. One of my friends invited me to join their island, and I didn't realize it meant sacrificing my own, but I guess I'm on somebody else's island. Alright. Real quick relog here. I'm not going out of the game, just back to the menu. Getting crunchy. Yeah, my friend invited me to their island, so now there's 3 of us on sharing an island. Get our own party island. I snuck in and pollinated all their flowers. Yes, I've been selling off all of the items for the classes that I'm not playing. Oh, you already went in. Fair enough. Hey. Hey, Plinko. Hey. I pollinated their tulips, and I don't mean that as innuendo, I mean it literally. Yeah, I did notice that there was no trading between players, and I thought that was odd. But I've almost made $1 million on the auction house, or actually I probably made more than $1 million. Look, I gathered pollen from some flowers and applied that pollen to other flowers. That's all I did. Well, gee, if you know how to duplicate skill books so I could easily finish off the achievements for money in the auction house, that would be grand. No, I'm not advocating for cheating. But I am surprised that there's an item duplication glitch. I also thought that the way that the auction house is set up is kind of weird. What? You mean that the developers are putting random items in the auction house to mop up gold? Or Luno? No. Okay, but I did think it was kind of weird, originally, that you can't, like, just sell items for whatever. There's, like, a set value of what they're worth, and you can only go within the range of that. Oh, you mean, like, legitimately that is happening, that exists. Okay. Yeah, just the way that the way that the auction house works, I don't really understand where Unbound Luno is coming from. Like, where do you get it if not the auction house? Because farming these mobs is only getting me bound. Right? Like, where is it coming from? Does it? Is that the paid one only, or regular one too? Because I've literally never converted it. Ah, okay. Well, as a free-to-play player, things I don't have to worry about. Right, but I was just thinking that some of the items, it's like the value seems off the charts whack. Like some of those bad, well, not, I shouldn't say bad, but some of those like wills for making imagines, they're crazy. Like the values are crazy off the charts because of all the resources required to actually fuse them. Yeah, I'm actually kind of scared of the fact that I've got, like, that much Luno now. So many people have converted it. Right, the battle imagines are so ridiculous to craft. So I got one of those, I got one of the gold Muku things, rather. I got 2 of them, so I thought, alright, well, I'll work on that one because I've got 2 of them. That way I can actually upgrade it. Oh, why'd you have to go spider? But yeah, I got 2 of the gold one of the gold Muku ones, so I thought, you know what, I'll just make that one because I can upgrade it at some point, right? And yo, those take a lot of resources to build up. So the lower value ones. Yeah, I've got one gold too, right? But the lower value ones, when you throw them in the auction house, even at the lowest price, they're not gonna sell. Oh, is Guild Cargo unbound too? I didn't notice that. Interesting, okay. Got Tina with 40 draws. Was Tina the best? Because I just picked the dude because he's a dude. I didn't really look at the stats. I just saw that one of them was a guy, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go that one. Yeah, and I'm one of them, Rain. I let Auto Battle handle doing the skills, and I take over once it's time for mechanics to happen. That way I can focus more on, like, actually doing proper dodging. Hey. Oh, yeah, no, I can see why that one's popular. Maybe I should have looked at her, but, oh well. Too late. You know, I do have a Muku guy here. Hold on, let me see which one it is. Imagine? Oh no, it'll be under skills. Oh yeah, it's Muku Chief. That's the one that I'm using. Yep. Falling behind here. So yeah, I got 2 gold Muku Chief, so I thought to myself, yeah, I'll just make that one. If it's actually meta, then lucky me for stumbling into meta. But yeah, the one that I selected for my selection one was Tata. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say his name. Well, there we go. I did good. Good job, me. I used 0 brain power and still stumbled into an okay choice. Good work. Tina and Irona are for tanks and supporters, and tanks or supporters are whale classes, while DPS is free to play friendly. That's an interesting take. Irona's healing though, isn't she? I didn't look too closely at her, but I've seen people use her during like world bosses. Oh, okay, yeah. Now is it you get to select one per week that you want to aim towards? Because I feel like it said that it's on cooldown right now. Okay, gotcha. Yep, I can see that being helpful in raids, considering we got nearly wiped today. Doing the new one to try and get my gold weapon. And I think I finished this elite here too, so I could move. Yeah, I figure we'll do the... This is S30, so we'll quickly run the S25s and then we'll call it for the day. Oh, that's right, because the 20 people count as one party? Gosh, man, the other day, I told my guild, like, yo, let's hunt some top kills on some world bosses, because I needed them for the achievement to be able to get the outfit I liked. And I thought maybe, like, a couple people would show up, but we ended up with 15 people running with us, and it was super fun. Just, hunting infernal ogres. I thought it was in the hard raids that they can't be revived, and that's when you need those medicine thingies. Is that what you're referring to? Is when you, when the circle above your head is black, not green? Oh, dang. Are they open yet, the dragon raids? Because someone else was it Burp that was talking about that when I started the stream? Okay, because I also noticed there's an achievement for doing that with only guild members, so I've got to make sure that I stay, even if I don't play it super seriously, I've got to stay relevant enough to be able to run with my guild members when that happens. We got a pretty sick tank in our guild, so pretty hype for our like our capabilities once we're actually doing the content that really needs that many people in the party. Probably be fighting mobs instead of the treasure chest, yeah, but I don't know, just think about the treasure chest. You gotta fight them, right? I'm only at 11,000. I got some work to do. Although, if I'm being real, I've got only one piece that's not maxed out on the like for my gear. I've only got one piece that's not maxed out with the like upgrades. I've got the stones and everything. Like I put gems in all my gear. So I think all that's left is like getting my hands on a ton of those books to improve my skills, because I don't know how else I could even get any more gear score. Oh gosh, I can't even imagine trying to be able to handle that with how many resources it takes. I think the only reason it's even viable in the slightest right now is because of how much you can auto-farm the majority of like the basic resources. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I used all the books on the skills that I use the most, but I probably wasn't thinking too carefully about it. So maybe I'll just take all of that that Unbound Luno that I've been hoarding by selling what is it? Wax gems? Use all of my my fortune and just buy a whole bunch of those. Really go all in on the bow. Oh, that's my playlist looped. Yeah, so I'll stick with my Mooka Chief. Oh, reflect. Whoops. I'll stick with my Mooka Chief for now, and I'll try to get something else for my second slot later, because there's just so many resources needed. It's gonna be a while before I get enough anyway. I'll try to keep collecting the boxes, and I'll worry about it once I've got enough boxes. Probably would have been better to res them, but... I guess my basic cards are already done anyway, so... I think we're gonna call it after we finish... No, do we need to do other worlds again? I don't think the other worlds were very valuable. I still need to do the tower. I was hoping to get all my gear to gold tier first since everybody was asking for 11k at least to run it. So now that I'm there, I don't feel so bad joining a party for it, because theoretically my stats should be plenty enough, right? I just feel bad about bringing people down, you know? Versatility. I mean, I suppose it makes sense that a stat called versatility would be versatile. But yeah, once I finish with the Aura Kingdom grind here, I'm gonna end the stream, and then I'm probably gonna get something like dinner. What time is it anyway? I don't know that we're at the level where we need to worry about diminishing returns just yet. Not just yet, anyway. But yeah, one more dungeon, then I'm feeling kind of hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. I think for me, versatility improves my summons damage. What do you say there, guard partner? Do we run the OWs again and suffer with carts, or do we just call it? I mean, oh, no, it was only the two, the reset. So we only have 2 more modes anyway. Yeah, let's do it. We'll run the OWs since there's only 2 of them anyway. I should double check what Tata was, because I only got him because he was a dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at trying to be meta. Sometimes I just want to do the things that seem fun. Life is suffering. If you're not having fun... Oh, survive lethal. No, then that's not really very valuable for me, huh? I literally did not even read what it was. I was just like, yeah, he's a dude. The top tier Obobo should get you 15 gold. By the top tier I mean the, at the highest level, I think that's above level 70, so that's not really that high of a level anymore, right? Like, you're probably definitely over 70. So the gold books sell for 15 gold each, and the ones for solo modes, the orange ones, sell for 7.5 gold each. And I think you can get 2 gold and 2 orange books per day, per character? I feel like it might be a good idea to test whether or not what it takes to do those dungeons, like do a solo run of that, is more efficient than just straight up running endgame dungeons. Like doing a test time-wise to how much time it takes to get gold. But we'll see. Wait, was this hell mode? No, it was party mode. That means we're on to O-dubs. Other world, not monsters. Wait. Port Morton? Oh, I eat all my pures. I don't even know what they sell for because I'm too busy eating them. You know, I was pretty happy because I got the S15. If you actually haven't been playing for a while, you might not... Oh, they did both reset. Dang. I guess we have 4 more to go. They added in the new Abyss set are the new Abyss dungeons, which means that there's 2 new weapons per each level set that you can get. So on my scrub account, I managed to get my hands on the S15 Kerberos weapon, which is nice. And man, I was just obliterating in the Abyss of Light with all my bouncing, the bouncing axes. I run a bit better than Tada, since Tada sounds like Verdant Oracle's auto-revival passive, and Shield Knight's escape death from lethal attack skill buff, because some of the boss skills may ignore them. Why would you have an effect like avoiding death and then just have things that ignore that effect anyway? That doesn't seem fair. But you're right in that case, then it's probably better to just die and let somebody bring you back. More reliable. Provided there's no death penalty. I probably should have been fighting something that drops something a little more valuable or useful. Like the bees that drop honey that I need for, like, everything. Oops. Oh no, you got a hit in. All good. Spice things up. Well, I'm not a fan of and this applies for Aura Kingdom as well. When they've put themselves in a position where they have to like make it so that you can't use certain mechanics. Prime example I would say for Aura Kingdom is the fact that they had to nerf all the immunity skills here. So I think at least they did a decent thing and didn't completely remove all of the immunity skills like they did in Impact, but they did restrict them a bit, because for a while, I mean for a long while, if you had 2 Persephones in your party, or even 3 Persephones, you could basically just like face roll anything because she had 10 seconds of immunity. But the way that they nerfed it, at the very least, didn't completely undermine the skill. They made it so you can't reuse... Oh, I did it again, I'm sorry. They made it so you can't reuse the immunity skills of the same Eidolon with different players. They made it so that each individual immunity skill had its own cooldown buff that applied to... or I guess you'd say debuff that applied to every player. That way you can't just mass spam immunity. And they also made it so they don't work in PvP, which is honestly fair, because if I remember correctly, prior to that, somebody uses Persephone and then the whole team is just completely immune to damage, and it's his curb stomp. Like, that's not fun either. But completely getting rid of immunity skills would kind of suck, so they had to engineer a way to make them less useful. And honestly, the only Eidolon that really suffered from it is Abe no Seimei, because when he uses his immunity skill, it's not even a real immunity skill, it's just debuff protection, and his thing is that it's supposed to have a short cooldown, and now you can't... He'll use it off cooldown and it won't even do anything, right? Right? It's 5-second long skill with a 6.9 second cooldown, and you can only use it once every 15 seconds. Like in that case, extend the time it's effective and the cooldown to 15 seconds, because it's completely useless right now. Very sad. Abe no Seimei got the shortest end of the stick. He's the only Eidolon that was really massively debuffed for, or nerfed, I guess I should say, for when they made the adjustments to that. But in the same way, if you're going to create an effect that for a skill that is it won't, you won't die when you take lethal damage, then it kind of sucks to immediately then also have skills that ignore that effect, because what's the point of an effect to ignore lethal damage if lethal damage can get through it? Like, that's silly. I think I did it again. I'm not even gonna attack the bosses anymore. I'm gonna let you roar them. And I bet you'll one-shot them with a roar anyway. Ooh, I leveled up Mastery. Okay, so when we were just running that, I ran that for the we were goofing around a bit. So I ran that. Oh, dead. I ran that instance dungeon. I'm not actually sure what they call them in this game. Anyway, I was running that today, and it was my first time, and I was in hell mode, or not hell mode, sorry, in hard mode, because my party decided that we were just going to do hell mode to try and get me the golden weapon that I needed, because it has a guaranteed drop on your first run through, like your first time drop run. You'll definitely get a gold weapon. So we were doing it. We wiped 3 times, but because we're all friends and we're talking through it, we had this bard, or not bard, a healer that was like actually really chill, even though they weren't in our guild. And we were just going through explaining everything and taking our time, and even though we all wiped, we still tried. It was great. It was perfect. It was what it was supposed to be. So we're sitting there figuring out, oh, the dark orbs are bad, but you can actually let the gold ones get through to your tank so that your tank is getting their corrosion healed. Like, it's really well thought out, and it was a lot of fun. But I'm imagining running that for the first time without a party of people that are actually being kind and explaining things and patient enough to actually work with me to get through it so I know what I'm doing. And I could see them just like quitting on me because they don't want to have to deal with that. They don't want to explain. MMOs are really better with friends. Like, I remember back in the day when I was running Vault of Eternity, I would help explain things for new players. Oh, not bad on spawns, huh? I think that's the 3rd non-guaranteed spawn that we've had. Alright, last dungeon, and then I'm gonna do something about dinner. And then I'll probably see if my guild members want to run that raid, or the tower thingy, or whatever it is, in BPSR. Oh dang, I made it to 50% today. Those Navia feasts really are too much. You know, I was kind of worried about playing the solo modes because of that, but interesting that they've programmed them to actually do it rather than simply making a mode that can be done by a single player. But you don't get friend points for doing it in solo mode, do you? Yeah, I didn't think so. Wouldn't make sense to get friend points for doing things alone. Oh, really? Interesting. Whoop. I guess I never got to a point where the ally bots were in danger. Wait, does that apply for hard? Because I thought somebody said that, Oh. Rain, maybe that's the case for you, but I've done quite miserable on my friend points for this week. But that was mostly because I was too scared to run party dungeons after my experience with the people that were being mean. Anyway, that's going to be it for dungeons. We'll finish off by selling off all the stuff in my inventory and seeing where we end up for gold. AFK half of them. Thank you kindly for all the assistance with the run, because it's very like time-wise it takes so much longer if you can't teleport around. That is one thing that impacted it a lot better. 35 is a good place to go to mess with your inventory. Oh, the AFK events. Yeah, I wasn't going to those. Maybe I should have been. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Alright, I should try to be efficient with this because I do want to save as much of my feast for later as possible. Don't need that. Put that in there to be safe. Ah, yes, the most important thing is the fashion, right? Yeah, cleaning out the inventory is going to be a bit of bit suffering. Tanks and supporters can outdamage DPSs with whale builds. Well, isn't that the case with Aura Kingdom too? Bard can be Bard can really slap with the right kind of build and investment. Especially since I think there's dungeons. Oh, Resonant! I'm sorry, you're just catching the tail end here. We just finished. But yeah, bards can really slap in Aura Kingdom. In fact, isn't there still dungeons that boost how much damage bards do just cuz? And so a really good bard can take advantage of that and just slaughter. Perfect timing for when I'm finished and about to leave. Wow. I don't know what to think about that. I don't even know what I'm gonna do for dinner. I didn't pull anything out. Bard's Thronk. You know, I actually, I didn't know what Bard's Mastery did. Like the weapon mastery. And then one day I saw some, like, because I never played the main Bard, right? I only ever played it as a subclass. And then one day in the Discord there was someone that was saying, oh yeah, no, if you level up the Mastery to 60, you'll be able to keep both stacks active at the same time. And so I immediately went to my little Bard and used a bunch of Mastery experience books on it to be able to unlock that. And even then I still haven't actually taken the time to start leveling her because there's just so many other classes that I wanted to deal with first. That's the suffering behind having to level up every class individually. But it is what it is. It's the game I decided that I liked. Well, you know, funny you should say Beat Performer, because that's actually the second class that I picked when we got the free second class item, and then I just never used it. If I get another weapon box, I'm debating keeping it so that when I open it I can get the Beat Performer weapon. But for the time being, I'm only going to focus on the one class. Yeah. Well, as far as Blue Protocol is concerned, I am going to give it a solid 3 months. And if I'm not enjoying it, I'll leave it there. I gave Aura Kingdom Impact that much. This game deserves at least that. But for the time being, just because it is quite casual feeling, I feel like it's easier to slot in than Aura Kingdom Impact. You mean the crests for making the elemental potions? gosh, if you need those. Why do I... Oh, I've gotten a lot of them because I was doing Eidolon linking and I just kind of tossed them, but you can also get them with dragon points. Typically when I'm making the lower level, or when I was making the lower level potions, I was just using all the dragon points I get from running the my Gaias. Oh gosh, the fishing in Blue Protocol, I'm starting to understand it a bit, but boy does it feel janky. Like, it doesn't feel quite right. Like, it's not responsive properly. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I think I've fished like 60 times or something. More inventory, almost done. I should really get some more backpacks here. Just nab them with LP. I had some more that I was going to use, but then I watched as the prices kept going up and ultimately decided to sell them when they were like 1,000 a piece. Yeah, yeah. Oh, come on. I know, I should buy them with LP. Yeah, I'll buy some with LP soon. And by that I mean right after this. I think the main downside of the refining and reforge is that there's just so many different resources that you need for it. My eyes kind of just glaze over. When they have a red icon on them, I go and I upgrade them. S30, S25, S20, then some solos, and then from the top again. So we went for about 3 hours, almost. Oh, my inventory's a mess. It's a super mess. Oh, I forgot to reuse my Classmaster icon too. That would have been nice. Alright, I'm just gonna yoink out all of this food that Nylea sent to me. Oh yeah, we did ask the 35 and 25 as well. And throw it in the bank so I can feed it to my Eidolons. So I'm not sure if Nylea is still here, but thank you again for all your hard work, and please don't lose sleep in the future. But oh boy, when I say that my Eidolons are eating good tonight. But with that, oh, I could use those feathers, that's for sure. Oh yeah, check this out. I got ice nunchucks, 137% the other day. And I'm thinking I'm gonna save them for my nunchucks because my nunchuck is S31 right now. So my nunchucks might be the next class I level up, but I'm like super hyped for that. I'd really like to use them. I don't think there's anybody that would buy them because the nunchucks aren't exactly a popular class. But yeah, I like them. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Don't forget to turn in my quests. Don't forget to turn in my quests. I'll do that now before I actually log off. That way I'm responsible for it. I'm gonna go make dinner. You guys take care and we'll catch you next time. Lots of music and running into a wall on that game, so that's fun. With regards to the next stream day, which is something I should probably be putting more thought into. I'm not on call tomorrow. I've already got confirmed shift, but then the rest of the week I'm on call. So if there's any day that I do not get called into work, I will try to go live, and whether or not that's goofing around in Blue Protocol or grinding more with, since I've got my Navia Feast on for another 9.5 hours. We'll see. We'll see. There's so many things I want to do. I got another story project that I'm working on too. I'm excited about it. Having a lot of fun with that. I've been writing out, I've been working on a, not that I didn't do an outline before, but I'm working on a much more detailed outline than I've done before because I thought it might help me stay a little bit more focused on the writing process, but I'm just having so much fun with that, it's hard to actually get into the writing because I keep thinking of other things I want to add. But yeah, that's life. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. I've already turned off the music, so we'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.